right, as we've been discussing over the last couple of days in the Business Breakfast, despite the weather heating up, the property launches just keep coming. As we were on Farhead Island, surrounded by adorable and clever architectural models, we wondered what this all meant for the people who make those scale models, the miniature tower blocks, the tiny people. We are joined by the world's largest model maker. Ironic. Danny Bterrani is the founder and CEO of 3DR Models. Danny, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting us.
You've got about 18% of the global market.
And rising.
And some big ambitions that we are going to get into this morning. How busy are you at the moment?
Quite busy. Seems that the trend is going and more inquiries are coming from all over the world. We produce approximately 2 to 3 models per day.
Okay, how big's your operation then that you can do that? How many people are you?
We have 24,000 square meter of workshop, 450 model maker, and more than 35 laser machines that operate. This segment of the workshop operates 24 hours a day.
How long does one of these things take to build?
How long do you want it? When do you want it? When it comes to time, there's no one faster than us. This is the power of our company, because sometimes they tend to realize that they need a model at the last minute, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and this is where we come in and we say, yes, we can do it.
What's the process? What happens? I come to you, I say, I'm going to build a tower. What happens next?
There is a few process. The process can be when they have the full set of drawings, which is the easy part. Then they give us the drawings, the renders, the colors, the finishes, and we typically produce the model. There is another process where they are halfway through, but they want to launch quickly. Then we have to interfere a little bit in adapting the areas that are missing. And there's the part that they come in with nothing and they have just sketches, and we have to portray the client's imagination and build a model.
Are we a fairly last minute market for these things compared to some of your international clients?
Compared to the international, yes. Yes, we are a last minute, yes. And when they want something, they want to get it.
You mentioned 450 model makers. How much of this is done by automation and technology, and how much of this is done by people?
I tend to maintain the traditional model making techniques. I'm not in love with these 3D printing machines, even though they do help, but they do help in certain things, but they have actually reduced the quality of the models rather than helping it, because the finishes are not as good as the traditional model making techniques through hands. So I would say my process is 80% handmade.
And when you say handmade, what are these models actually made out of, and how are they made? Is someone, I don't know, cutting tiny windows?
Yes. Yes. No, well, the window itself is cut through a laser machine, but the assembly and the frames and everything is done manually. So the process, the material is acrylic. They just come in sheets, acrylic sheets in different thicknesses, and then we start cutting the files. The drafting work goes in, the electrical work, the landscaping work, and then assembled with different teams.
If we're a last minute market, are we also a change our mind market? Do clients tend to come to you and say, actually, do you know what, it's going to be 4 towers, not 3, that's going to be twice as big, and those gardens are going to be half the size?
Rarely that happens, because the site, the plan or the site they have is already approved with 2 towers or 3 towers or low rise or high rise. That rarely happens actually, but they do some changes, but they are minor. Larger the pool, more landscaping, minor changes. Yes, it does happen, because they tend to the model is a very, very important element, whether pre-design or for the launch. Pre-design is for the developers themselves because certain things can only be seen once the model is done, and you cannot visualize it before, and then they use it for the part of selling.
Okay. Well, you mentioned 18% of the market and rising. Have you had to scale up as part of this property boom?
What do you mean by that?
Have you had to hire more people as part of this latest property cycle?
Yes, because throughout the corona, we did decrease a bit, and I thought it would be enough, but no, we had to increase a lot in the last 6 months. It's
How much of the market do you think you can realistically take?
my aim is high, very high.
How high?
We are pretty large compared to others. So and I tend to have the ability to satisfy my customers. I would say slightly more than my competitors. It will be hard first to gain the customer because our prices are slightly higher than others. But once we do the first project for them, they tend to know why our prices are higher. So I believe our client list is rising by 5 to 6% per year.
How much do these models cost? What do your prices look like?
It's a very difficult question because
Ballparks.
no, it's not because it's a case-to-case scenario every single time. It's not by square meter. It's not by weight. It's not because you can have 1 square meter with a very simple tower glass, or you can have 1 square meter with a very intricate architectural design. So the architectural elements on the model play a major role in pricing, but they can reach up to 15, 20 million.
Dirhams?
Yes.
What's the most someone's you've
we,
ever?
we have hit that number once for a model of a country, the whole capital.
Are you facing competition from technology, from VR headsets, from the possibility to sort of do a 3D personal walkthrough using something like an Oculus Rift rather than look at a model?
Yes, when they started, a lot of the clients tend to want to use them, but once they used them, they all came back to the models. It is not very practical to put a yeah, and some VIPs will never put it. No way. They will not accept to put this. It's very interesting to walk through. We have it. At the beginning, I didn't adapt them, but then I ended up, no, I need to adapt them. So I have the VR, I have the augmented reality. We have all this technology. We have the projection over the models. But until now, nothing beats a physical model in front of you. You look wherever you want to look at the time you look, nothing beats it. So, but yes, we do. We have adapted them. The chart went down a bit, but then it went back again to models.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Out of time, unfortunately, could listen to your voice all day. Bterrani is the founder and CEO of 3DR Models. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.